I'm gonna be visiting water parks that need to be shut down.
Such as this one that has no lifeguards on duty. And this one that's so dangerous because the slides are held together by rotting wood and rusty nails. But that's nothing compared to the one that straight up steals money from families before they even step foot inside the park.
And today, I'm gonna be testing all of these water parks, starting with Land of Make-Believe. That's that place. We're here. But before we go on any of the rides, we need to read some of these one-star reviews. Starting with Chris S. They said, small water park surrounded by green hills. The water, even at the peak of summer, is extremely cold. Admission is significantly less than at the larger water parks. Yeah, there are green hills. That's true. Not sure why that's part of your one-star review. Anyways, Leslie said, criminals. Took my money without telling me the power was out. Oh, there's a bug on my leg. Took my money without telling me the power was out and didn't tell me. Didn't offer a refund. They didn't care. That does not sound like a lovely experience, Leslie. I understand why you wrote the one-star review. We're gonna have to investigate that. Lastly, we have TS. They said, this place is horrible. I wouldn't recommend anyone to come here. The place is no bigger than a house. The 3 water slides looked as if the wood was thrown together by nails. Yeah, TS. I don't really know what to say, but we're gonna look into that. But for now, we're gonna go into this water park and see what they have to offer. Now, along with testing all of these one-star reviews, I'm here to find out if these one-star parks should actually be allowed to stay open. And to do that, I'm gonna be following something I call the list. It's not popping up, is it? Hold on. This is the list right here. So for this park to be able to stay open according to my rules, it has to follow these 3 things. Number 1, lifeguard. There must be a lifeguard on duty at all times. Number 2, the rule is ride the scariest slide, and most importantly, I cannot get injured. These slides need to be safe. And number 3, oh, I forgot to draw a 3. I forgot to draw a number 3, but it's rule number 3, I promise. Hot dog. I need to be able to get a hot dog at each and every one of these parks. If I can't get one, shut it down. Shut the park down. Without further ado, let's go slide down the slides. I'm gonna go do that. Currently waiting in line to go on the lazy river. I'm excited. My sister's here too. She's also really excited. You can tell.
We both hopped onto some tubes to enjoy the lazy river, and almost immediately, I was able to start testing some of these reviews.
So Chris said that the park was surrounded by green hills, which I don't really know why that was a complaint in the one-star review, but the park is surrounded by green hills.
Oh no, I don't want to go into that.
They also said that the admission was really expensive, which it was, almost $40 a person. And lastly, they said the water is really cold, which that's just not true at all. So I don't know what that kid said.
Based off of these 3 things Chris had to say, the review is partially correct, but honestly, this left me with more questions on if the park is actually good. And the only way to get more answers is to go try some of the slides here at Land of Make-Believe. I walked over to go try them, but couldn't figure out how to get over there. Luckily, the workers here are really nice and were able to tell me where to go. Once I got over there, I realized how many different options of slides there were, and I was actually really impressed. I decided to go on this one, which honestly was a lot of fun, until I got smacked in the face by what seemed to be a waterfall. I then went on the other one to see if it would be any different, and well, this happened.
Why do they keep having those?
I still have no idea why they had to add those, but these slides were actually a lot of fun, and luckily for Land of Make-Believe, it didn't actually hurt, so they're still looking good for the list. Next up, I found myself waiting in line for a slide where the floor straight up disappears beneath you. To say I was nervous would be an understatement, and watching the people drop literally right in front of me was not helping. I kept waiting, and before I knew it, it was my turn, and I was stepping inside of this tube.
I'm nervous for this one, I'm not gonna lie. I wonder if it's gonna give me a countdown.
Ahoy, matey. It's time to escape.
Oh god.
Oh my god!
I just finished riding a bunch of the slides, which was like honestly way too much fun. That last one that drops you goes extremely fast. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how, but apparently there's more slides here that are even scarier than that one, which I don't even know how that's possible. But anyways, I think so far we are proving TS's review wrong because they said that this park is no bigger than a house. That's just not true. And they also said the slides were built together out of wood and nails, which that just also isn't true because they were all built out of like plastic or something. I don't know, I'm not a water slide builder. Now I'm at whatever this is. I'm gonna go on it and yeah, I'm gonna go on it. I'm gonna go on it.
I started exploring this and it actually seemed like a lot of fun. Once I got up there, I realized there was a lot of twisty things and even pulley things. The main attraction was this giant bucket of water that pours onto the people below.
I wanna try that.
After that, I decided to check out the pool they had here, but to be honest, it wasn't that fun. I'm pretty sure this was made for small children since they had all these little decorations and this pirate ship with a bunch of miniature slides on it. Also, not to mention, the water only went up to my shins. One thing I couldn't ignore though is that everywhere I looked, there were lifeguards on duty. From the pool to the lazy river, even the slides, there was always someone making sure no one got hurt. So that officially checks off the first part of the list. Now it was time to test rule number 2, which is riding the scariest slides in this park without getting hurt. And to do that, I'm going to be testing them with my sister, starting with the first slide.
Me and my sister are about to go on the toilet bowl. Pretty concerning name for a water slide.
I don't know whose decision it was to name it that, but here I am about to go down it.
Here goes nothing. Toilet bowl.
Woo! Whoa, whoa, ah! I got water in my eye.
Yeah, this is fun.
This one wasn't that scary, so we moved on to the next one, where apparently you can't see anything during the entire slide.
Which one are we doing?
Black hole.
The black hole. Oh, it's actually called the black hole. Oh shoot. Black hole, here we come.
Whee! Oh! Oh! Oh my God! I can't see anything! Oh, it's so dark in here! Ah!
Even though that one was actually horrifying, we still had to complete the scariest one, which is called the Sidewinder. This slide is steeper than any other one at the park, which made me extremely nervous to ride it. I mean, just look at me. Anyways, after waiting in line, the time came to test the final and scariest slide.
Chin to the chest. Ready?
Ready?
Alright.
Oh.
Hold tight.
That's scary.
The most dangerous ride has been completed. No injuries. Now it's time to see the most important thing, if I can get a hot dog.
Before I go see if I can get my hot dog, I wanted to go over Leslie's review because she said she couldn't get a refund when the power was out. It's pretty much impossible for me to know if this is actually true because for me, I've had a great experience and the power was working fine, so I didn't need a refund. This means that her review is honestly a mystery. However, to see if this park actually deserves to stay open, I need to find a hot dog stand. While walking around, I couldn't seem to find it. That was until I realized the worker who told me where the slides were was actually running the hot dog stand. So confirmed, you can get a hot dog at this water park.
Hot dog!
Alrighty, the hot dog has been acquired, meaning the list is now complete. It seems after, all the reviews and completing the list, this park does deserve to be open. I had a good time here. My sister had a good time here. Although the hot dog is not the greatest, it's still a hot dog. But anyways, the next parks coming up are supposedly much worse than this one, so we're gonna head over to those ones now and see what they have to offer. We just made it to Wildwater Kingdom. So far, I've spent $35 on parking and over $100 on tickets to get in here. So it's much more expensive than the last one. So based off of that alone, we're already not looking good. But before I go on anything, you already know how this works. I'm gonna read some reviews and see what people had to say. Starting with Jamel Johnson. They said, "No water rides are open." Immediately, I don't know if that's true. I do see lines to slides. We're gonna have to look into that. All right, next up we got John N. They said, "This place is one of the worst parks I have ever been to. Will not even go back even if they paid me. Staff sucks, water park sucks. All I wanted to do is just be in the lazy river, but no, you can only go around once, else it a ride, one cycle, you off. What the heck? John, you lost me in that second part. I don't know what that means. I think he's trying to say you're only allowed to go around the lazy river once, and then they kick you off. So we're gonna have to test that. All right, last review we have is from Tracy T. She said,
I would like to give 0 stars. We are at Wildwater Kingdom and can't wait to get out of here. So overcrowded. Is there a max capacity? If so, they aren't following it.
I had to put on my girl voice for that one. That totally wasn't my sister who read that. All right, without further ado, I think we have a lot to investigate, but now we just have to see if any of it's actually true.
I walked into Wildwater Kingdom, and the first thing I wanted to do is see if John was telling the truth about the lazy river. I'm pretty sure what he was trying to say is that you're only allowed to go around once. While walking around trying to find the lazy river, I realized how big this place was because it was much bigger than the last one. It took me quite a while, but eventually I found it. I'm not gonna lie, the line for this was absolutely massive, and it seemed that the lazy river was packed. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before, but anyways, after waiting in line, it was finally our turn to take a ride.
We made it onto the lazy river. It has been a little busy so far, but I don't know if it's just this one ride. Oh, I'm spinning. Now, all I really have to do is wait till the end of the lazy river and see if I can go on twice. I think that's what John meant. I'm not really sure.
While enjoying my time on the lazy river, I was getting some pretty awesome views of this park and seeing how many slides I was going to be able to ride. But after 10 minutes of cruising around, I was ready to get off.
John, this lazy river is kind of long. Don't know why you'd want to go on it twice in a row, but I'm gonna try anyways. I think we're coming up on the end, so let's see if we can do it. Are you allowed to go around again or no? No? Okay, no worries. John was right. You are not allowed to go down the lazy river twice. Not sure why. We're currently waiting to go on the first slide of the day. The line is actually insanely long, so we're probably gonna be waiting for a while, but now we just wait.
We kept waiting and waiting and waiting some more until eventually we were finally at the top of this slide.
I'll see you at the bottom. Woo! Oh gosh. Oh, I think there's a big drop coming up. I think there's a big...
Oh! Oh! Oh my God!
I did not expect that.
That one was a lot of fun, except for having to wait so long. But after that, we were already ready for our next slide. We started walking on over to whatever the next attraction was that we were gonna do here. And while I was doing that, I was starting to actually realize how many lifeguards were around here. From the slides to the lazy river, even just hanging out patrolling the park, there were seriously lifeguards everywhere I looked. So I gotta give it to them. Rule number 1 is officially checked off the list, but there's still so much more that needs to be explored here.
There's an orange slide and a yellow slide. Me and my sister are gonna race. Which one do you want? You want the orange? It looks like I'm gonna get the yellow. It's pretty simple. First one to the bottom wins. 3, 2, 1, go!
Come on, I gotta win! I have no idea how fast she's going. Oh, I'm zooming! I'm zooming! Whoa! I'm gonna win! I'm gonna win! Oh!
It's pretty easy to say that Jamel's review is wrong. We rode some of the water slides, so they're definitely open. Maybe you went when it was raining, thundering, lightning. I don't know, Jamel. They're definitely all open.
After proving Jamel's review wrong, I looked a little closer at what he said, and this is when I realized he wasn't talking about the water slides. He was talking about the water rides. Apparently connected to this water park is an amusement park with tons of roller coasters. I'd be lying if I said I didn't try them because they looked way too much fun to ignore. However, eventually I found out what Jamel was talking about. I got in line to see if what he said was true, and to my surprise, they actually let me on the ride. So now I can actually say Jamel's review is confirmed wrong. I made my way back over to the water park to see what else they had to offer, and there's still so many slides I haven't been on. However, it wasn't looking like I was going to be able to go on all of them because of how long the lines were. I made my way over to the wave pool to try to avoid the lines, and I had the same issues over here as well. There was just so many people here. No joke, everywhere I went in this park was beyond packed. I've really seen all I need to, and I think it's pretty safe to say that Tracy's review is actually true. This place is just way too overcrowded. As you can see though, I still have to ride the scariest ride here without getting injured, and with how long the lines were, we only had time to ride one last ride.
We've been waiting 37 freckles $38 now to go on this water slide. I'm pretty sure though that the purple and yellow one is like the scariest one at this park because there's 4 twisties on the slide. We're both going down that one. I hope it's not dark. I really hope it's not dark. Guess we'll just wait and see. 39 freckles now, by the way. Ridiculous. Oh no.
Oh! Oh! It's so dark! No! I can't see anything! Oh, I can see again! Oh, this is nice.
This is nice.
Oh! I can't see again! Ah! Oh, we're good.
Oh, I can see again. This is nice.
Ah!
That one was fun.
Oh my gosh!
Scariest ride has been complete. You know what that means? Hot dog time. It's hot dog time.
To complete the final part of the list, I needed to see if hot dogs were available here at Wildwater Kingdom. As you can see, I literally found a ton of food from pizza to chicken tenders and even ice cream, but I just couldn't find a hot dog. However, when I was getting ready to walk out of the park, I found this jumbo hot dog. Unfortunately though, the worst imaginable thing happened.
Do you guys have any more hot dogs left? No more hot dogs? Never mind then. Have a go on. All right, the bad news is they had no more hot dogs. They were jumbo and $15, so maybe it's a good thing. I don't think I need all that. I don't need all that hot dog. But as for the list, I'm still gonna give it to them. It seems like the park does still deserve to be open. Now we're gonna head over to the last and final water park. Let's see if that one deserves to be open.
All right, we just made it to the last and final park and probably the worst one. You may be asking yourself, where are the slides? I don't know. All I found so far is this dried up pool and my 2 friends. They're my friends. All right, anyways, before we go on anything, we're gonna read some of these 1-star reviews and see what people had to say about this place. First off, we have Markova E. They said, place smells like pee for some reason. Also saw a snake at the bottom of the water slide. Mountain Creek refused to give me my compensation for my bad experience. Attached, Markova added a picture of a snake at the bottom of a water slide. That's not right. All right, on to the next one. Kitten C. She said, I'm actually gonna say it. You should not go here no matter what. If you really want a place that will give you fractures, overpriced snacks, and some mediocre rides with a side of underage employment, then sure, go ahead. Just remember this when you're in the hospital. That being said, the Belgian waffle stand is amazing. Hopefully the Belgian waffles make up for being hospitalized. Oh goodness. This last review is really concerning. It's by Bat28. They said, Death Park. Yeah, that's it. Without further ado, I'm gonna go hopefully stay alive at Death Park. It's actually called Mountain Creek.
I walked into Death Park, I mean Mountain Creek, and at first glance, it looked like it was purely made for kids. I kept exploring, and it actually started to look pretty fun. This place is built on a mountain, and the slides are literally carved right into it. I walked around before going on any slides because the last thing I wanted to do was share my water park experience with a snake. But once I felt safe enough, me and my friends made our way over to the first slide of the day.
We're about to go down and race on the slide. I think I'm gonna win.
I think I'm gonna win.
I think you're wrong. But before we go on, I think we need to confirm that Markova's review is proven wrong because it doesn't smell like pee.
Yet.
And lastly, I haven't seen any snakes at the bottom of any slides.
Yet.
But I think it's pretty safe to say that Markova's review is just wrong. Oh, there's a bug on my foot.
Come on! No! Alex is winning! Oh my god! I'm flying! Oh!
You won.
Yes.
After Alex destroyed me and Marcus in the race, we went to go try out some of the other slides this park has to offer. While grabbing our tubes for the next slide, we realized that they barely had any air in them, which just has to be a safety concern.
We had to leave Alex. Now it's just me and Marcus.
Such a good guy too.
I'm gonna miss him.
I'm never gonna see him again.
Well, we'll see him in like 5 minutes, maybe 6. Here goes nothing.
Oh, oh my god! Whoa! Oh my god! Oh! Wait, this is chill. This is chill.
This is nice.
My goodness! Oh gosh! Oh, where are the
Bye, tube. See you later. There it goes. Now we gotta go find Alex.
Alex! Alex!
I'm currently about to go on this slide that you just fall. The slide just ends. Regarding the list, so far I have seen lifeguards everywhere throughout this park. We could check that off. This place has been pretty safe so far. I'm not sure about after this slide though.
Yeah, no joke, this next slide actually looked horrifying since you straight up plummet over 15 feet. This isn't even close to being the scariest slide at Mountain Creek because they have ones here that are somehow way more dangerous. To be honest, the only reason I was actually able to feel confident in riding this was what seemed to be the hundreds of lifeguards around here. Anyways, after waiting in line, it was finally my turn.
Well, that was actually horrifying.
Yeah, that was terrifying.
I'm not ever doing that again.
Just when we thought that was scary, we looked over and saw this attraction where you literally throw yourself off a cliff.
Marcus and Alex are gonna do the cliff jump first. They're all the way up there. I honestly don't think Marcus is gonna do it. He seems pretty scared. I mean, just look at him. Now it's my turn to jump. I don't really want to jump. It seems a little scary, but I'm a daredevil. I'm a daredevil.
I've now tried a couple of the slides and attractions at this water park, and even though I have a lot more to explore, I can confidently say that none of us have gotten any injuries and all the rides have been anything but mediocre. However, I still have to find out if the snacks are overpriced and if the Belgian waffle stand is as great as Kitten said. Before I do that though, I needed to keep investigating this park because I've only seen half of what's here. I walked around and came across this giant wave pool, but honestly, it was kinda lame since the waves only went up to my ankles. I checked the map they had to see where else I could go and ended up finding this. No, but seriously, I came across even more water slides. I went on this one, which I thought was normal, but I was completely wrong.
I'll see you guys. Here we go. Whee! Oh gosh.
Oh, I can't see anything! Why is this one dark? Oh my gosh! Oh.
I did not expect that one to be so dark.
After I finished that slide, I looked up at the other one and they have a slide here that literally goes straight down. This was by far the scariest and most dangerous ride at this park, and we were all horrified to go on it.
We didn't come this far not to do the green one.
I weigh too much for that. Like, I'm just gonna fall off.
I'm too aerodynamic.
Marcus, show off your aerodynamicness.
But no joke, none of us even wanted to go near this ride. However, we had to go in order to check off number 2 from the list. While contemplating who was gonna do it, this kid came up to us and told us one of us has to go down, and well, it was kinda looking like that was gonna be me. On our way up, he told me that his name was Jeremy and that this was his 4th time riding this slide, and he made it seem like it wasn't scary at all. While walking up, all I could think about is that when I get up there, I actually have to plummet over 100 feet down to the bottom. And on top of that, I was trying to have a smile on my face because I didn't want Jeremy to think I was gonna back out. When we finally got up there, he immediately threw his body down, and well, the only thing left was for me to follow him.
Oh my god!
That was honestly the scariest slide I've ever been on in my life, but I did complete it without a single injury, which not only checks off number 2 from the list, but it also proves Bat28's review wrong because I just made it through this whole park and came out alive. Now, all I had to do is see if the Belgian waffle stand was actually good as Kitten said, and find out if I can get a hot dog.
Where's the Belgian waffle stand?
That's close.
It's closed?
But that doesn't answer my last and final question about this park. Does it have a hot dog? I was looking around for quite some time trying to find one, but I'm not gonna lie, I searched the entirety of this park and I couldn't find a single hot dog.
I'm currently in the parking lot of the last and final water park. I wasn't able to get a Belgian waffle or a hot dog, more importantly. I really think this park should just be shut down. Or maybe just at least get a hot dog stand. Yeah, keep it up, just get a hot dog stand.